Hello, this is Tim from Two Blokes from Blighty, and before we get into today's episode, we're going to hear a little message from what? Slade, our very own Slade. Go, take it away, Slade.
Yep. Alabama Nightmare.
Hello, I'm Slade from the Game Club podcast. I'd like you to join me on my sub-series, Between Two Pods, where once every 2 weeks, I bring on a different podcaster to interview them.
Have you ever heard foxes humping? There is a game that you can play in Western Supermare, which is it foxes humping or is it someone being murdered? You go to the back, eat your food, and as you're getting to the last one, put a hair in it and say, can I have a refund, please? We did an escape room.
Did you escape?
We did not.
So you're still in there.
Well, he's gone, so now I'm going to spit on his desk and read his emails.
Help, my baby's falling from that building. I'll catch him with my laser vision. I don't have that power. I don't have many powers. Fish shagging.
And I don't know if you have to bleep this or not.
Brown chicken, brown cow. Tim, you're going to be dead before your murder comes off. Hi, Tim. I feel bad about running out of your house because I was terrified of your dog, which, kicks with its size 10 feet. Because every time we touch, I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear I can fly. Welcome back to Two Blokes from Blighty. I am Joey. I am joined by the infectious Tim Fitzgerald.
Hello.
Tim, how are you doing?
I have the flu. Maybe about 20 or 30 minutes ago, I was being sick in the sink.
Okay, cool.
So, but I'm here. I wanna record.
I'm here. I'm gonna get through it. And if I vomit during it, then that's on your head, listener.
I have a bin here, albeit it's full, but we'll see where that goes.
Full of sick.
Full of sick.
Yummy, yummy sick.
Do you remember when I filled that bin out sick?
Yes, we can tell that story if you want.
Yeah, sure. Shall we get to the usual stuff first, and then we'll get to that?
No, you tell that story first.
All right. So there was a holiday that. So we've talked about the divorce holiday on this podcast. This is the holiday where we all got sick.
Yeah.
So our original plan. This is myself, Joey, our eldest brother James, and our mum. We're all going to Spain for a few days, and then we're going to drive down to somewhere in France. I don't remember where, or up France if you know your geography. And the day we were supposed to fly out, you were really, really ill.
This guy.
So, like, we had to ask the taxi to pull over on the way to the airport several times so you could be sick.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got to Birmingham Airport, you were told that you were too sick to fly.
They put me in a medical bay for about 3 hours.
I know, and they were like, "You're too sick to fly. Come back another day."
Mm-hmm.
So, of the 4 days I think we were supposed to be in Spain, we got maybe one.
We got one.
When we got there, we arrived at the hotel room, and it was you and our oldest brother James and me and Mum sharing rooms. And I said to Mum, "I feel really sick." I promptly spent the next 12 to 14 hours shitting and throwing up at the same time. Thankfully, because there was a toilet and a bidet against the same wall, so I could sit on one and throw up into the other. And thank you for your sympathy. Joey's laughing so hard he's coughing. He's had to mute his mic for the coughing. He's still going. I think he's also still a little bit sick.
Oh, I really enjoyed that.
But that bidet was clogged and it was not going down, and I had to leave a note for the maid, basically apologising for the amount of sick that she had to deal with.
Do you want me to play the directed by Rob B. Wide again?
I'm good, thank you.
Are you sure?
I'm quite sure.
Okay, well, Tim, where do we normally start with Two Blokes? Oh, it's your pub quiz question.
Pub quiz question of the week. What's the world's smallest mammal? That's it.
It's you.
Me.
Hooray.
2 inches tall.
Tim Fitzgerald coming at you from your pocket.
The ground.
From in between your laces on your shoes, people.
That's where I look down. You'll see me.
Yeah. Tim, this episode comes out on the 25th of October.
What?
What day of the week is that?
Wednesday.
That seems to get longer.
Looks mental.
It seems to get longer every single time I play it.
I know.
So, do you want some days of the week?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Okay, so October 25th, National Greasy Foods Day.
I would love some greasy food.
The Sourest Day.
Sourest?
Yeah, so you're allowed to be sour and grumpy.
Oh, okay.
That's every day for me.
Yeah.
We have International Artists Day.
Okay, definitely worth appreciating.
And then Chucky, the Notorious Doll Killer Day.
What, like, are we talking the original or the reboot with Devon Sauer?
We're just talking about enjoying Chucky.
I'm going to go with Greasy Foods Day.
What are you going to have on this Greasy Food Day?
I'm going to have the greasiest fry-up you've ever seen.
Nice.
What about you?
I'm going to have a burger from a van.
Oh, like a side-of-the-road van?
Yeah. No, like a fun fair that's only there for 3 days van.
Ah, right. And then you can never contact anyone from it ever again.
Exactly. Health food standards are out of the fucking window.
I do not trust those side-of-the-road vans.
Really?
Yeah, I've never had food or drink from them. I don't trust it.
I had one on Sunday.
Were you sick?
No.
No, you're fine.
No, it's really good.
What did you have?
I had a cheeseburger with onions.
Wow.
And I sat on a wall with good friend Chris.
Hi, Chris.
And he had one too. There's no point in saying hi because he doesn't listen.
Listen up, Chris, you bitch.
You tell him. Okay, so we're going with National Greasy Foods Day. So, Tim.
Yeah.
Talk me through. There's a few things. So peek behind the metaphorical curtain here. Tim and I have a running order, and we can see what each other has put on that running order. And I'd like to talk to you about this man that got on the bus.
Right. So this is a precursor to my road.
Can I ask, is this some crazy shit, or have you got other crazy shit for me?
I actually didn't have anything in the way of crazy shit this week, unless you want to talk about the... Okay.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Talk to me about your crutches, man.
All right. It's like I say, it's not crazy shit, but it's just a precursor to my road trip this week, which is where I think I got ill. What Payne and I have worked out is that there are people who, on the way to the airport, who will do fucking anything to get by security.
Okay.
Right. There was a guy getting on the bus who was on crutches, and he sat down with his partner, and he set his bags down. We get to the airport. We're all getting off, and Payne walks off the bus, and I catch up with Payne. Other way around. I get off the bus, and Payne is one of the last people off, for one reason or another. And she goes, so like, as we're walking away, she goes, someone left their crutches on the bus. And this guy who was ahead of us, the guy who got on with the crutches, was walking away. And he heard us say it, turned around, and ran back to the bus. So we have this theory that he was using the crutches as a means of, like, I'm disabled, let me through, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was also a guy who had one of those, what do they call the sticks that blind people have?
A stick.
A stick. Right. This is it had on the side of it written something like 12-inch stick, where he kind of waves it around to, I guess, see things that are approximately chest level as opposed to like on the ground like they normally are. He did not need that getting on, off, or approaching the airport. However, we noticed him using it through security. How weird.
I like it. I respect the hustle, to be honest.
I mean, I do too. I kind of wish we thought of something.
Why? How long did it take you to get on the plane?
Do you know? Actually, not long this time, but I like the guys. I like the guy's preparedness.
Mm,
He
I
was
like
ready.
it. You know the journey from Bristol to so you flew from Bristol Airport to Newcastle.
Yeah.
How long does that take?
Just the flight time or
Yeah, just the flight time.
45 minutes?
How about the whole journey, door to door?
Maybe 3-4 hours.
That is just incredible, isn't it?
Well, I suppose, yeah, because like I say that we allow a couple of hours at the airport. Just they always say to allow a couple of hours at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes about an hour to get there on the bus anyway.
Okay.
And then once we were in Newcastle, I had the joy of taking the metro in Newcastle for the first time, which is famously shit.
Is it called the Hawaii Metro?
It's the Hawaii Metro. It's to the point that they were tweeting about when the escalators at Haymarket, one of their central stations, were working as opposed to not working.
Oh my god!
I know.
Wow.
It's a bloody brilliant bit of kit, that. But we got to see some really nice parts and some not so great parts of Newcastle through it.
Okay.
South Gosforth is really quaint, actually. I would quite like to have a look around there at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Newcastle's a fantastic city.
It's a great city. I love it there.
Not enough to live there, but it is a great city.
I've only ever been to the city centre once, but I thought it was fantastic.
It's the only place where you can stand on a street corner. There's a crossing in Newcastle where if you stand on the corner, you can see 4 Gregs, all from each other, or as the Americans say, GR eggs.
GR eggs.
Yeah. So I think for that alone, Newcastle's a great city.
Yeah. Also, St James Park is genuinely a beautiful park.
The stadium.
Yeah.
It's not a park.
Well, you know what I mean. It's the grounds.
It's second best to another stadium in the country, Tim, which is...
And you're going to say Villa, aren't you?
Villa Park.
There you go.
Genuinely, in my opinion, the best looking stadium in English football.
The only time I've been to Villa Park was when we were doing that Christmas scavenger hunt a few years ago. I've never been.
Well, we'll have to change that, won't we?
We will.
I'm going to send you a picture really quickly on Discord of the stairs I have to climb to get into Villa Park each week.
All right.
Well, this is literally the opposite side. So the stairs on the left, mine are on the other side of that photo. They're just out of shot. But that's the famous Holt end.
Do you know, it's industrial, but it fits with the kind of Birmingham setting.
It's fantastic. The best stand in English football, that is my opinion.
I like it.
And it's nicer to look at than St James's Park.
Well, St James's Park almost seems to be on this pedestal just outside the city centre, like this natural pedestal.
Do you know, I think the thing is with St James's Park, the thing that's brilliant about it, so St James's Park, for starters, is absolutely fucking massive.
People should look up photos of it.
Yeah, they should. So the capacity, let me check the capacity, but I think it's in the region of 60,000.
Bloody hell.
But it's huge. The difference, 52,000. So the difference between St James's Park and most other football grounds is St James's Park is bang in the middle of the centre. You get off the train and you're basically at St James's Park.
Yeah, there's a dedicated metro stop for it.
There is, but so other grounds like Villa Park, for example, if you wanted to get the train into Birmingham, you'd have to get another train out to Aston, and then it's like another 20-minute walk from that station. It's a long way out, and that's the case with most grounds because they needed the space to get 40, 50,000 seater stadiums, and the only places to get that space is old industrial sites, so they're always out of town. But St James's Park is really cool because it's bang in the middle of town, and it kind of soaks up the atmosphere of Newcastle. It makes St James's Park a very hard place to go to play football because the noise and the accessibility of it means that you are always overwhelmed. Always overwhelmed when you're playing there. They say if you have a good crowd behind you, it's like having an extra player. And that is like absolutely the case whenever anyone plays Newcastle United.
It's just like a little of almost camaraderie.
Exactly. So Tim, where do you want to start? Do you want to talk about your road trip? Do you want to do one of our regular sections?
Yeah. Let's quickly gloss through my road trip.
Okay.
So I went up to Newcastle with Payne to go to a wedding, and it was a lovely wedding. I had a great time over at Newton Hall.
Okay.
If
At
anyone
what
wants to look
moment
that up.
did you? At what moment did you decide to say, "I've had a lovely time at this wedding, but now is the time to steal something that belongs to the wedding"?
That was Payne's mum, and it just so happened to be that that the CCTV camera outside their house picked up that I got the camera. I picked up the sign from the car.
Thief.
It was not me.
Thief.
It was not me. And the best
Shocking.
part is, when we asked Payne's mum what she's going to do with it, the generally agreed thing for her to do was to give it to the bride and groom at Christmas.
Oh my god.
It was very funny.
You won't be invited back. There is a photo of you, and Tim, I have to say, your glasses are quite far down your nose. You look a little bit pissed.
I was fucking smashed. I was drinking car wine. I was mixing drinks a lot of the day.
Wow.
I was very drunk by the time we left.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. And then like the day after, I woke up very hungover.
Mhm.
Like it felt like my head was fucking melting the next day.
Yeah.
That's what
Did you have a moment where you had to lie down on a bathroom floor?
No, but I did get up, go for a piss, and immediately go back to sleep. And I was like, I can't. I need another at least hour and a half before I face the day.
Wow.
But we soon went out to pick up the camper, the little motorhome.
Can I rewind before you get to the motorhome? I had an interaction with Payne's parents, which I'd like to really quickly talk about, and I'd like to get your opinion on.
Yeah.
So, via Payne, I said that, talking about you stealing this sign, I said it's absolutely shameful. And Payne said, well, actually, me mum picked it up and put it in the boot. And the Northern Boy said that's called bonding with your partner's parents. That's how they do it when you bond with a Geordie, theft. And I sent a gif of a Newcastle United fan, and then I put underneath, I heard that Payne's family actually supports Sunderland, which is a big insult to a Newcastle fan. At which point, Payne's mum threatened to knife me, and then said that that's not as hostile as it seems. So, Tim.
Yeah.
I'm going to knife you, but that is not as hostile as it seems. What do you think of that sentiment?
I mean, the humour's quite brutish, but it's all jesting.
I don't know this woman.
No.
If someone you'd never spoken to nor met said, "I'm going to knife you," how would you take that?
It would depend. Am I ever going to interact with this person again?
Probably.
I'm sure it'd be fine. I'm sure it would be fine.
How are you going to feel when I end up murdered by Payne's Sunderland-loving mother?
I mean...
He's trying to mute. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He's coughing. He's coughing into his lovely
dressing gown.
Lapel.
Sorry. I would be big sad. I would be big sad.
Is that it? Just a bit sad?
No, big sad.
Just big sad. Not
big.
Like not wanting to avenge my death.
I mean, probably a bit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll get on to murder shortly.
Yeah.
But tell me about the rest of your road trip.
So I tried to take notes just kind of as we went. So there's going to be some things on my notes that are not as interesting as others. But one of the things that I first picked up when we drove through Teesside, because we went from Newcastle down to Lincolnshire to Stratford-upon-Avon, down to Torquay, and then up to Weston-super-Mare where I live.
Mm-hmm.
And we drove into Teesside. It is just fucking factories everywhere. Have you ever been?
Where is Teesside?
Just south of Newcastle.
I've been to Middlesbrough. Is that Teesside?
I don't think
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Factories everywhere.
It looks like they had a sale on concrete, and Middlesbrough went, "I'll buy the lot."
Yeah, it looks a little dystopian.
Well, yeah.
Like, we were driving along this stretch of motorway, and it was just factories and plants and like power plants and what have you, as far as the eye could see.
Yeah.
That happened a few times up north actually, but Teesside was the most egregious example.
Okay.
But Payne's dad apparently drives out that way quite a lot for his work.
For the views.
For the views. And he was telling me, he goes, there's a church coming up on the right that you're going to want to take a look at, or on the left rather. So we're driving down the stretch of motorway, and sure enough, it is straight up forest, followed by this church in the middle of the woods, a singular farm, and then just further forest. And it seemed really strange and out of place. It was this limestone building church in the middle of like the Teesside woods.
Sounds quite pretty.
It was actually really pretty. He was saying in the winter when it's been snowing, it's really nice. Very nice.
Do you know what the church is called?
I don't know, unfortunately. I just know it was a bit further south of Teesside.
So it's a church south of the north of England.
Yeah, somewhere.
Good. Great.
You work that out, everyone. If anyone can find it, let me know.
Yeah.
Please. Then I wrote down this one thing called Flamingo Land. Don't exactly remember what that is, but I think I saw a sign for it.
Flamingo Land is a theme park near Hull.
Is that what it is?
It's meant to be quite good.
Is it? How many flamingos does it have?
0.
Oh. That's a
fun fact. I think they still are, but Hull City Football Club used to be sponsored, so the front of their shirt said Flamingo Land on them.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my fun fact.
There you go. I noted down as well Ponderosa Agriculture, purely for the It's Always Sunny references.
Okay.
Fun. But then we got to York. And York, have you ever been?
I have. York's beautiful.
Beautiful city. We looked at the Shambles. We looked at the York Minster.
Normally, people call you the Shambles.
I know. We saw a busker get into an argument with someone in the crowd. That was fun.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah. All we saw was we went on to like the main high street in York.
Yep.
Just before you get to the Shambles, there is like almost this triangular section of plaza on the high street, and there's a raised bit of pavement, and this guy was stood on a giant ball on there. I'm assuming it was some sort of juggling on magic act.
Okay.
But he was stood on a giant ball there, and Payne and I are talking, and this guy, all we hear him go is, "Oh, brilliant! You've given me the finger. There are children here. Why did you give me the finger?" And then this woman was like, "Oh, fuck off! Leave me alone." It's like, no, you've come to my crowd and given me the finger. There are children here. Why have you done that? And then she just walked off.
You're not painting a really good picture of York.
That was the one bad thing we saw. But York is genuinely a beautiful city.
Any tourists who haven't been to England, I would say make sure you visit York because it's absolutely incredible.
It's a beautiful place to go.
Mm-hmm.
That was our first day because we stopped in this pub car park called the Fox Inn in Grantham.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little pub. Not much else to say.
Cool.
Then we drove down.
Is this the one with the stuffed foxes shagging each other?
Yes, on the shelf up top. If you saw my Instagram story, you would know.
That fox was really in.
The second fox was not really into it, based on the look on its face.
Yeah, it looked quite surprised.
Have you ever heard foxes humping?
No.
They are fucking loud. There is a game that you can play in Western Supermare, which is it foxes humping or is it someone being murdered?
Oh, cool.
They are that loud.
I think that that is quite a morbid game.
It's a little bit dark, but often applicable.
I've heard foxes just out and about. They just scream and run and they make horrible sounds. But
yeah, I'm a spirit animal.
Forgive me, I'm not going to search foxes humping.
Why not?
Not really my thing.
No. All right, fair enough. We then drove straight down to Stratford-upon-Avon the next day.
These are long stints.
What, the drives?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple hours at a time.
Okay, cool.
We pulled up to this car park. I think it was just called. I think it was just called Stratford Park. Stratford Park. This place we stayed. Nice little caravan park. Had the thing that really brought us to it though was that they had a river taxi,
hmm
um, which was a boat dedicated for the caravan park to take you right into the middle of Stratford upon Avon via river.
Stratford upon Avon's another lovely, lovely town.
Absolutely lovely part of the town, part of the world rather.
Mm.
So
Saw Shakespeare's birthplace, did you?
absolutely we did.
Good.
We checked out Belcourt, I think, which has got like this really famous shop called the Magic Alley. I'm
Okay.
told it's famous. It's not really my thing, but whatever.
Is it Harry Potter?
No, it's not Harry Potter. It's more crystals and witchcraft stuff.
Hippie shit.
Hippie shit.
Do you remember when we went to the Shakespeare Theatre in Stratford upon Avon?
We went to go and see Simon. What was he called?
Simon.
Simon.
The ones I remember were, oh my god, I can't remember any of their names. What was his name?
What did they say? Simon Ashcroft or something like that?
Simon Ashcroft.
The comedian we saw. He yelled at us for being students at one point.
No, that wasn't him. That was
Russell Kane?
Russell Kane. Russell Kane. And was it Simon?
It was
This
that
is
gig
so
because Russell
getting
Kane was
cut out.
supporting.
It was. It was Marcus Brigstock.
It wasn't Marcus Brigstock, surely.
It might have been.
It's been that long.
But yeah, so they said, is there any students in? Tim and I were the only students there. And
Got yelled at.
well, they said we cheered and people booed. And then they said, where do you go? And I shouted Leeds Met. And I got booed again because it's a metropolitan university rather than a university of. And he went, no, give him a chance. Give him a chance. What do you think of Leeds Met? And I shouted, it's bitching. And he said, and that's where your tax money's going.
What a line.
That's what I remember.
What else? We went to this place called the Old Thatch Pub.
I wonder why it was called that.
Well, it also had some of the most overpriced food we had on the entire trip.
Was it at least tasty?
It was bloody delicious, but it was definitely way more expensive than we were originally anticipating.
Right.
Then we went down to we stopped at Gloucester Services, which Payne and the family had never done before, and you've stopped, right?
Maybe. I don't really pay attention to services.
You'll know it. It's the one that's built into a hill and looks like the Teletubby one.
Nope, don't know it.
Great services. One of the best services in the country. Its entire thing, it doesn't have like your usual Costa WH Smith or anything. It's all farm foods, which is great.
Sounds shit.
No, it was lovely.
Go for a Mackey's. That's what you stop at services for.
Did
I ever tell you about when we used to drive down to Birmingham from Leeds? And we did it once, and Jenny and I got so many chicken nuggets from the McDonald's that I had to pretend to be on the phone and be like, what do the kids want? What, they all want chicken nuggets. I better get a couple of share boxes.
I was watching a comedian the other night. It was like, McDonald's menus are there for people who don't want to do maths. Because if you get a 20-piece chicken McNugget box, it's like £8.40 or whatever. But you can get 4-piece nugget for like £1 each or something like that. So if you get like 5 of them, that adds up to your 20, and you've only spent £5. Then you ask for it in a 20 box because you've already got 20 pieces anyway. Most of the employees don't give a shit. You go to the back, eat your food, and as you're getting to the last one, put a hair in it and say, "Can I have a refund, please?"
Such a dick move.
Oh yeah, it is. So we drove down to. I thought it was pronounced Tynemouth or Teignmouth. It turns out it's pronounced Teignmouth.
Teignmouth, yeah.
Which I've never been to, but it was super windy, and the reason I thought it was super windy, or the reason I realized it was super windy, is because that storm, which I can't remember the name of,
Barbe.
That's the one, was blowing in as we arrived there.
Oh, cool.
Which was neat. I've never seen a skate park literally on the seafront before.
Literally in the sea.
Well, with the storm, yes, there were news stories. Like we were looking at the news in the caravan because this is when we were driving down to the Torquay Paynton area.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like we walked past the skate park because we basically parked next to it. And the next day on the news, it showed it basically completely underwater.
Fucking hell.
I know.
That is mad.
So, we looked at the weather, and the entire time that we are in Torquay, Devon kind of area, that storm was going on right over us. So we did not see much in the way of dry weather while we were there.
This sounds like a really fun holiday, Tim.
It was fun. It was fun. We did an escape room.
Did you escape?
We did not.
So you're still in there?
Still in there. Turns out it's great for rent because you pay £15 a head, and you don't get out until you get out.
Don't get out until you starve.
Yeah. We went to the Crime Museum. Where they had like original letters from Charles Bronson and like some stuff from a couple of serial killers, like letters to the museum where the curator had written to the criminals, which was interesting.
Criminals, right?
Are you a crime-inal? A criminal? I showed Payne that the other day. The burnt face man.
It's a bit of a callback, isn't it?
It is a bit. What was the fucking bit that got me in that? It was what was it? Well, he's gone, so now I'm going to spit on his desk and read his emails.
I always liked, oh, my baby's falling from that building. I'll catch him with my laser vision.
The baby just splat.
And he goes, oh, I don't have that power. I don't have many powers.
We saw this stand-up comic, little known act, Noel Brody.
Okay.
He was very much aware that he was playing in a caravan park.
Okay.
And I say very much aware. Obviously, he's not incoherent to his surroundings, but like he wasn't afraid to like kind of shit on the caravan park a bit.
Okay.
Like because there was hardly anyone there. We went in the quiet season. And there were people like kind of ambling into the bar. So he would walk over to their tables, like in the middle of their act, and go like, see, here's the thing. They've booked me to play this gig, but they haven't booked any other fucking holidays, so you can sit wherever you want. Like he was really, really good. He was like his whole thing was if there's not many people in the audience, he just kind of goes around and does a bit of crowd work for the entire time, which
to
me shows a lot of like thinking on your feet.
I feel like comedians that thrive off of crowd work are like next level intelligence.
Yeah, they're very sharp. And then after that, we drove up to Weston-super-Mare, which is about an hour and a half away from Torquay. We went out to our favourite restaurant, and I think you were there as well at Ebisu. You've been to Ebisu in Weston? Oh,
Nope.
you're not? Oh, no, you went to Enchanted Retreat with us. That was it. We did also do that. But
nice.
We left Ebisu after an evening meal, and a guy came over to us and was like, sorry, guys. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, he's going to ask for change or something now. He goes, would you guys be interested in this tablet or a bar of L'Oreal soap? And he opened up what looked like a bag of tricks. And just was pulling out item after item after item. We were like, no, thank you, we're not interested. And eventually he was like, oh, whatever, fine. And he wandered off. And we spent the rest of the evening speculating what else was in the bag.
How much did he want for the tablet?
We didn't ask about prices. We were just told him we weren't interested. But it was definitely stolen.
Missed a trick there.
Yeah. Well, so did he.
Well, yes, it did.
Yeah.
Missed a whole bag of
tricks.
tricks.
Of my road trip.
I like how you boiled it down to the car parks you went to and some homeless man trying to sell you an iPad.
Well, yeah.
Sounds like a great holiday.
It was fun. And then I got sick.
And then now you're sick. You're a sick boy.
I'm a sick boy.
Tim, we're going to do a regular section, but I've updated the jingle to be a bit more in line with current affairs. Okay, you ready?
I'm listening.
I became a movie star because my girlfriend cheated on me when I was 15. And in my twisted psychology, I was like, if I'm the most famous person in the world, no woman could ever cheat on me.
God, it's a bit pathetic, isn't it?
It really is. So, who is Will Smith beating up this week?
Will Smith is beating the shit out of a homeless guy for stealing his tablet
It's the only thing he had left after the divorce.
after the divorce. Yeah.
Very good.
What about you? Who do you think he's beating up?
Rishi Sunak again, just for being another fucking cunt.
Is this going to be your answer every week until he's gone?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, amazing. Well,
Rishi Sunak still a wanker, so still getting beaten up by Will Smith.
still a massive.
Actually, if I think about it, it kind of makes Will Smith the hero of my story.
Well, you've seen Hancock, haven't you? That movie.
I have, yeah. I didn't like it.
I have not seen it. I just know he plays a hero in that.
He plays alcoholic hero. It's the first kind of hero that gives into human imperfections kind of thing that really got popular.
Interesting, at least.
Yeah. Well, I can see that you've written about The Boys on our running notes, and I know that The Boys was a comic book before Hancock was a movie, but I think Hancock maybe began that trend of making it mainstream.
Possibly. Have you seen The Boys, by the way?
Oh, I love The Boys.
So I got done with season 1 today.
Have you not seen it before?
No, I've never seen it before. I'm basically planning on marathoning it.
It's so good.
Season 4's coming out next year, baby.
Nice.
I know that Homelander is coming to Mortal Kombat, which is very cool.
Yeah. Not interested.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I certainly am, but for what it's worth, I think Homelander, as sociopathic and psychotic as he is a brilliantly written character.
We've said it 100 million times. Villains are so much more interesting than heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And Homelander is an excellent villain.
Yeah. He
How do
said
you
it
feel
himself
about
in the
the
trailer.
Deep?
How do I feel about the Deep?
Yeah.
Certified dickhead who turned out to have a tragically comedic life.
Fish shagging.
And I don't know if you have to bleep this or not.
I'll probably bleep that.
Yeah. The thing with the dolphin where it got launched out the windscreen and under the truck, my jaw genuinely dropped. I had no idea it would be going in that direction.
So funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you haven't seen The Boys, you should absolutely watch it.
I'm still finding it a little tricky to get used to Carl Urban's British accent.
Yeah, but you do.
I'm sure I will. He's a very good actor.
Have you met Frenchie yet?
Yes.
Frenchie's my favourite character.
Frenchie's a phenomenal character with Kimoko.
Yeah, not Madame Kimoko, but
No?
I think it's because I'm not going to say what I was going to say because that'll spoil something for you. So don't want to do that. Tim, can we talk about jokes?
Yeah.
Going to do jokes, yeah.
I'll need to find some.
I asked you to do your prep beforehand, and you said, "Yeah, someone told me a great joke. I'll add it to my list." So why are you doing it in the episode?
It's more fun that way.
Okay, well, the name of the game is Joke of the Week. Tim and I are going to be deadpan, tell each other jokes, and whichever one makes the other one laugh first, that joke is our Joke of the Week. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Tim?
Yep. Oh, yeah. That's pretty funny, to be fair. That joke was weak. I misread that as that's the joke of the week.
That was so funny, the gorillas got in on the act. Tim, you went first last week. Do you want me to go first this week, or do you want to carry on that order?
You go first.
Okay. Tim?
Yep.
I thought the dryer was shrinking my clothes, but it turns out it was the refrigerator all along.
And I actually don't get that one.
Okay, carry on.
What has 4 letters?
A bad postman.
No, it doesn't.
Terrible. What do you get if you cross a brown chicken with a brown cow?
Go on.
Brown chicken, brown cow. I can see you smiling.
That's very good.
Okay.
What's red and actually really bad for your teeth?
A brick.
No, Coca-Cola.
No. What do you call a blind dinosaur? Do you think he saw us?
Pretty good. I like that one.
Okay,
What starts with I and ends in O?
go on.
I don't know.
I thought you were going to say no, it doesn't again.
Yeah.
What do you call a genocidal girl with big boobs?
Go on.
Titler.
Very close.
Okay.
Uh,
I only have one more, and it is a good one.
okay. Let's have a look. Let me find one more. Did have it written down, but it's gone.
You might need two more.
I might need two more.
Mm.
Hold on.
This section of the podcast doesn't serve to just slow down so we pad our runtime.
Why do some couples go to the gym together?
I don't know. Why did some couples go to the gym together?
They want their relationship to work out.
I'll put crickets in there after that one. Okay, so Tim, there's a man walking his dog by a canal.
Mm-hmm.
The dog runs and jumps in, and he's flailing around, and there's this German man on the other side. He goes, "Don't worry, I can save him for you." He jumps in, grabs the dog, gives the dog back to the owner. He goes, "If you drive the dog off, the dog will be absolutely fine." And the man goes, "Oh my God, thank you so much. Are you a vet?" And he goes, "Vet? I'm fucking soaking."
Pretty good.
You laughed. That was a laugh.
I did not. What do you call a man with no body or nose?
Nobody knows.
Dead.
That was fuck's sake. It was bad.
That's pretty funny, to be fair. That joke was weak. I misread that as that's the joke of the week.
So, Tim, remind us of the joke of the week.
What do you call a man with no body or nose? Dead.
I'm so annoyed that got there. I have one other thing. Well, two other things, but we'll come on to my other thing in just a second. I was sent a jingle by a listener.
Mm.
You'll never guess which listener.
I'm going to guess the Northern Boy.
Yeah, he sent me this. Are you ready? It's 19 seconds long, but you'll enjoy it.
I will accept audience cummies. Why was there a drop?
Did you not hear the cummies bit?
No, I did hear the cummies bit.
I really like that because you were vibing along and dancing until you heard yourself say, "I will accept audience cummies." And then you just stopped.
I was not impressed.
I feel like this has been a jingle heavy week.
You've written down a question here, and I think that might be a good conversation to end the podcast on. Because we're already 45 minutes in. Like, there's been a lot going on this week. You've written down, how would you commit the perfect murder?
Yeah, so I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, not through means of me thinking, "Oh, I'm going to murder someone."
No.
I thought about with forensic science and cameras and how much everything is watched. How would you commit a murder that you got away with? So I want to know who, where, when, how.
I mean, I saw you write this down in our Notion notes, and I had to think about it, and I could work out a method, but I couldn't tell you who.
No, because who is important. Because if you have a reason to kill someone, then that person is identifiable back to you. So it's part of the perfect murder is your victim.
I mean, the thing I thought about, just to kind of give you an idea of what was going through my brain when I saw this, was if you had a big dog, like a Rottweiler or a Boxer or something, you could teach it to be rewarded for jumping up at people at like the top of the stairs or something.
Fucking hell.
So, like, obviously, you and the dog would know, hey, jump up or whatever is a command for it to know. But anyone who's on the outside is like, oh, the dog just got excited and pushed him down the stairs. There's no way you can send a dog to jail.
If they could put your dog down,
I'm not going to jail though.
you're not that attached to the dog.
Well, no, if I'm using it for a murder weapon, it's at that point it's a tool.
I think you can get done for neglectful ownership of a pet,
But it wouldn't be neglectful. The dog just got excited and jumped up.
but you need to be in control of your pet,
It's in my own house.
right? But it still killed someone.
Yeah, I mean, the dog would maybe be tried for manslaughter or something.
Okay, so now thinking about it, how do you teach your dog to jump up at someone specifically at the top of the stairs?
Well, you could practice on yourself because you know that the dog is going to attempt to push.
Tim, you're going to be dead before your murder comes off.
No, hear me out. You know the dog is going to attempt to push, so you can always brace yourself and be ready.
You are going to die. You're going to practice it. It's going to push you down and kill you.
But I'm ready for it, so I can like grip the banister.
I thought you meant you're ready for death then.
I am so ready. You have no idea. But that would be my method at least. I hadn't even considered the victim.
What if your victim instinctively, as they would, reaches out and grabs this banister that you're using to train the dog?
Oh, are you okay? Then you can try again some other time.
But how?
I don't know. You'd get them around to your house again at some point.
Okay, so there's a few flaws in your plan.
Mm-hmm.
One, it's in your fucking house. Who do you think they're going to suspect?
The dog.
No, you.
No, because the guy's going to be like, oh, the guy's dog jumped up at me.
Oh, okay. So when that fails and they've grabbed the banister and they're absolutely fine because you've got, oh my God, are you okay? Bad dog. Don't jump up. They're going to go, okay, well, I'm going to go around to this person's house again and stand at the top of the stairs again where the dog will try and kill me. And I'll just grab the banister again.
Okay, but maybe you take the dog out to like a park or something with some stone steps this time afterwards. Teach it the same thing.
Okay, so how are you going to teach the dog to do this at the top of the stone stairs?
It would be the same thing. It sees stairs, it knows what's up.
No, stairs are different.
Yeah, I know stairs are different, but the dog's going to see that it's stairs.
No, but the dog will know that you've trained it in a specific place.
Nah, a dog knows to sit outside.
Okay, so you're outside at these stone stairs with people there going, jump up and push this victim.
No, you just you teach it an innocuous phrase like "good boy" or something like that.
Good boy.
Or something.
So
like
whenever anyone walks down the street, you're walking your dog, and someone goes, "Oh, that dog's really lovely. What a good boy." The dog will jump up and try and kill them.
It's like a sleeper agent phrase.
Yeah, but you haven't thought this through.
You're asking me a lot of questions that I hadn't.
Yeah, because it's meant to be the perfect murder.
Yeah. So I have backup plans.
What are your backup plans?
Try again somewhere else.
This is a terrible plan. You will get caught immediately, and you will go to
Why
jail.
would I get caught immediately? That man was saying "good dog" and it got excited.
Your victim would go nowhere near your dog after the first time when they grabbed the banister and were fine.
I mean, you try again on somewhere else then, I suppose.
Tim, the point is a murder. It's not just like a slaughtering spree.
It's for the thrill, but for the dog.
For the dog. So
yeah.
it's an unselfish act on your part.
It's nothing to do with me.
You go, good boy. Have you ever want to experience a pure adrenaline, dog? Good boy. And then he jumps up and pushes you down the stairs and kills you.
Yeah, that's if the dog can't ever do it. I'll give it the satisfaction.
Tim, I feel like your perfect murder is very imperfect.
What would yours be then?
Okay, so I think you need to find out when someone... So I think you need to be on holiday. You need to be away from your own country, somewhere where you're going to come back to your own country maybe a day or two later. So it doesn't look like you're fleeing the scene, but you're not there for long enough for them to point the finger at you.
Right.
I think it needs to be someone you have very little connection with
Mm-hmm.
or at random. And it needs to be away from your dwellings when you're on holiday. So I would pay someone to do it for me.
Right, so what you've done is hired a hitman.
Yeah.
Okay. That's your perfect murder.
Yeah.
Then you're not doing the murdered.
Someone's being murdered.
Well, I
And
suppose,
I'm dictating it. I never said my problem with your one was the dog is doing the murdering.
I mean, I suppose, yes. But the dog doing the murder is a fairly innocuous thing. Dogs jump up.
If it makes you feel better, I'll call the hitman a good boy when he does it.
Yeah, and then he'll push him down the stairs.
I'll train a dog to be a hitman.
Hit dog.
Hit dog.
Hit dog.
Yeah. So that's my perfect murder.
Great.
Can we just trial your one for a second?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be me and you're gonna be you, okay? I think that's the easiest way to do it. So I'm your victim and you're you.
Sure.
So
God, come in.
hi Tim, I'm at your house.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind if I go to use your bathroom?
Yeah, sure. It's just upstairs.
There's no dogs up there, is there? Because I'm quite scared of dogs.
Oh well, I can shut him in a bedroom. He does live up there though.
Oh, okay. Can you shut him in the bedroom, please?
Yeah, sure. I'll shut him in, and then while you're in the bathroom, he gets quite panicked in single rooms. So I'll let him out while you're in there, and then if you let me know when you're coming out, I'll put him back in temporarily.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that then. So,
all right. So you're up there. You're having a tinkle.
I'm just going to head up the stairs now that your dog is locked into one of your rooms.
Yep.
I'm at the top of the stairs. I go in, have a wee, wash my hands, make sure I'm using the soap.
Yeah, of
course. Tim.
Yeah.
Tim, I'm just about to come out. Can you move the dog? Because, like I said, I am quite scared of dogs.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'll just go and shut him. And then what I would do, you know when people be like, "Oh, I'm going to walk away," and they go in one place.
Okay, cool.
I would do that, but while holding the dog collar.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like Tim has gone, so the dog must be in the room. So I'm going to leave the bathroom now. So I open the bathroom door, and I see you holding the dog collar and stamping your feet.
I'm just escorting him to the room.
Oh, okay. Hold on then. I'll wait in here, and I shut the door.
Okay. Yep. So I walk him into the room. I leave the door ajar, poking my head around.
I open the door. And I have a look around. Tim, is it definitely in the room? Because remember, I am quite scared of dogs.
Yep, you can hear him, and I'll jangle another collar I've got in the bedroom.
Okay. Tim, why are you poking your head around the door? Why don't you just come out and shut the dog in?
He gets very self-conscious on his own. He's incredibly lonely.
Okay, I guess I'll just go downstairs, but make sure I hold the banner. And make sure I hold on to the banister.
It's not that steep. You don't need to hold on. It's quite lenient, those stairs, actually.
I have been up your stairs, Tim. I know how steep they are. So...
Well, you should know you don't need to hold on to the banister.
Okay, well, I'll hold on anyway, because I feel like that's the safest thing to do in this situation.
At this point, I shriek the words "good boy" and go to kick you in the back as well.
Okay, so... Oh, Tim, you've just kicked me in the back. Why have you done that?
That was the dog.
But you said you locked the dog in. Oh my god, the dog's out. So now that
he got out. He got out behind me.
And then I just run out the door because I'm scared of dogs.
Run,
not carried out by a coroner.
Yeah, we'll try again another time, dogger.
We'll try dogging another time.
Yeah. End scene.
Okay, so scene 2.
Yeah.
Ring, 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 ring.
Is this a phone or a doorbell?
No, this is me calling you on the phone.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Hi, Tim. I feel bad about running out of your house because I was terrified of your dog, which, kicks with its size 10 feet. I was wondering if I could make it up to you by going on a lovely walk in the park, but please don't bring your dog because I am terrified of them. I can't reiterate that enough.
I do need to take the dog out. He is much more well behaved at the park, but I'll tie him up to the top of the stair railing at the park. That way, it's a limited range if that's of any comfort to you.
Well, I tell you what, instead of doing that, it doesn't sound very fair to your dog. We'll just meet up another time and do something in a place where dogs are not allowed, because can't reiterate this enough. I'm quite scared of dogs.
Okay. I'm blind and need my dog.
Oh, I didn't know you were blind. Why did we regularly go to the cinema and watch those silent films if you're blind?
It's only a recent change in my life.
Tim, I saw you this morning, and
It was very recent.
in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Horrible
Well,
chemical spray, you know.
I guess so Tim, if you're you're recently blind,
Yeah.
how are you gonna tie your dog up and leave it at the top of the stairs
I'll use a braille system.
to navigate?
Yeah, and to tie him to a barail.
I don't think this is a time for jokes, Tim. You're very recently blind.
I know, but humour is a great comforter.
Humor is my crutch.
Yeah. Humour is my
okay.
coping mechanism.
Well, I guess that's okay, but after it kicked me with its size 10 feet and left a shoe print in my back, I think I would like to avoid the stairs. Does that sound okay?
I'm sure we can find a steep hill or something to stand by.
I feel like your blindness means that you shouldn't be standing near steep hills.
I'll be sort of away.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. I'll pick you up in my car. The dog can go in the boot, so where it's nice and away from us and can't kick me with its huge feet. And we'll go somewhere very flat and not scary. How does that sound?
That sounds great, but if we could find somewhere hilly, I could get a nice view with the last bit of my vision.
I don't think the view is that important anymore, Tim.
It is to my dog.
Well, I mean, the dog's going to have to make some adjustments now. Do you know what, Tim? I think that this conversation's gone on long enough. I think I'm just going to go on and live my life.
Are you abandoning me in my time of need?
It certainly seems that way, doesn't it?
It does, really, doesn't it?
Because, yeah, so, you know, if I see you around, you might not have your dog, and then we can have a chat. How does that sound?
I guess we can make do with that, sure.
Are you giving up on trying to kill me?
No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the meetup with the dog.
So we've now determined that if anyone gets pushed down the stairs by a dog, it's not Tim, because it's an awful idea. And
It's a great plan.
This is meant to be the perfect murder. So this was not it.
This was so it. Are you kidding?
Do you want to act mine out or not?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you've got to be the hitman.
All right. Hello, I'm the hitman.
Hi, you sound much more British than I thought, considering your name is
I'm Colombian.
Javier Pasquale.
Yep, that's me, Javier Pasquale.
Oh, you sounded far more Colombian on the phone.
That was the signal.
Oh.
It's not great out in Colombia.
I was really you're kind of giving conspicuous vibes, so I might find another hitman.
Have you seen my dog?
One with an That's a lovely dog. I think it's not very safe at the top of these stairs, though.
He's got massive feet like you've never seen. Oh, he's had to mute to cough. Oh, he's coughing. He found that one very funny.
Okay, so I've got this large amount of money.
Oh yeah.
And you see that person over there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to give you some of this money in exchange for you killing them.
Okay, how much are we talking?
35 euros.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. That could pay for
one bag of dog food for my big dog
with its huge feet.
I'm now calling Clifford.
So how would you kill them, Mr. Hitman?
Gun, bang.
Okay. And this can't be tied back to me, can it?
No. Like as long as you're paying cash, there's like a paper trail.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm leaving the country in 2 days' time.
Oh, can you do it in like 2 minutes? Because I can have this done in 5.
No, because I don't want this to look. Oh, if I'm out the country already,
yeah.
Here's 35 euro.
Oh, done. Give me 5 minutes and a gun.
I'm gonna get in my car. Wait, I've got to supply the gun.
Yeah. I'm the hit man, not the hit gun.
What if I...
My usual methods involve dogs and stairs. Oh, he's coughing again. You good? He's coughing.
Oh God, I was not ready for that. Do you know I'm okay with the dogs and stairs method if it works.
Yeah, it's worked. I'd say 60% of the time.
Oh, I need 100%.
I mean, of that 60%, 100% of it's worked.
Oh, well, what if I can't give you my number because that ties you back to me.
Well, that's it.
You
have to just go on good faith.
It is €35. I guess I'll give it a go.
All right.
Here you go. Let me know using smoke signals.
Smoke signals?
Yeah, so set a fire if it works.
Well, based on your accent, you're living in England, yes?
No, I'm actually from Jamaica.
Right, well, you're still not going to see the smoke signal from Colombia.
I might do, because I'll still be on my way to the airport.
Oh, I see. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I give you the money.
If you see a smoke signal in the shape of a boxer dog, you'll know I've done well and not gone out and bought smoke signal kits with the $35.
Okay, but I don't want that person to come back to Jamaica where I live.
No, of course.
Okay.
And all I would do is just take away their passport.
Tim, what the fuck is this last section?
I don't know.
Okay, well, on that note, is there anything you want to plug?
At Wembembo on everything. The Fanatic podcast. Go listen to it, I guess. What about you, Joey?
I'd like to give kudos to the Colombian hitman for his impeccable methods.
Thank you. He's trained for years for this.
Good. Train Clifford, the big murdery dog.
The big blood red dog.
Tim, is there anything you want to say to the audience?
Yeah, the world's smallest mammal.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Is the bumblebee bat, which is native to parts of Thailand and Myanmar, with a wingspan of 5.7 inches and weighs approximately 2 grams on average.
Oh, that's really cute.
I'm gonna look up one of them.
You should get one.
I think I would not be allowed. Bats, you can't have bats as pets in the UK.
Tim, that's batshit crazy.
Got him.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to say?
Take that, you bastards.
Take that, you sexy bastards. Love you. Bye.
Ooh, another white boy with a podcast.